Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Malik. Today's lesson is an important lesson because today we are going to talk about an important aspect of English language that is called modals or modal auxiliary verbs, or sometimes we call them modal verbs. Basically, these are the expression that we use to talk about various things. Okay, the very first thing that we need to understand that modals actually show a speaker's attitude. What kind of feeling, what kind of expression the speaker is trying to express. Is he talking about an advice? Is he giving some advice to somebody? Is there a permission involved into the speaker is speaking? Is there a possibility or probability, or if there is any kind of necessity? These are the things that are expressed through modals. We have like two kind of models. There are some basic models and there are some phrasal models. What are basic models? Let's see them. Well, the very first basic model is can. Okay, can is used as a model to talk about various things. Actually, can is an ability. Can is also a permission. Okay, then we have could. Could is actually past of can. So if you talk about a past ability, you can talk about could. For example, you say that I could speak English when I was young. Could is also an expression that we use to talk about a permission. Could I borrow your pen, for example? Then we have had better. Had better is talking about an advisability. Okay. For example, I might say, you had better see a doctor if you are not feeling well. Okay. Then we have may. Okay. May is actually an expression that talks about permission, that talks about possibility. So a very common, sentence is, may I come in? May I borrow your pen? May I use your phone? Or may is also, it may rain tomorrow. Then we have might. Might is a slight, less than may. So if I say that may is around 50%, then might would be 45%. So we may say that it might rain tomorrow, okay, in comparison to may. Then we have must. Must shows a kind of obligation or necessity. You say that we must stop at the red light. Okay, so there is an obligation, and if you don't do it, there will be some consequences, some bad consequences. Or we say that you must focus on your studies. That's 100% kind of thing that you have to do. Then we have ought to. Ought to actually is a formal expression, and we use ought to when we are giving an advice. Okay, but it is a formal advice. So you say that you ought to focus on your examination. Similarly, we have shall. Shall is an expression that we talk about, future. Like sometimes we say I and we. So we say I shall come tomorrow. We shall come tomorrow. Shall is also used for offer. We say that shall I help you? Shall I carry your bag? Okay. And shall is also used when we want to talk about some suggestions. So we say that shall we go for a picnic? Then we have should. Should is used to talk about an advice. It's a very common expression. As we have ought to, which is a bit formal. Should is a very common everyday usage. Okay. So we say that, so suppose if you are not feeling well, I will say, okay, you should see a doctor. Or when I want to purchase something, I say, should I buy an Apple phone, for example? Okay. Then we have will. Will has various expressions as a modal, auxiliary verb. Will is used for future, possibility. Will is also used for permission. Okay. So you say, I will come tomorrow. That is a possibility. Then will you help me sort out this problem? That is for an expression where you are asking for help. Then we have would. Would is used as a past of will. Okay, so when you say I will come tomorrow, but you say that yesterday you told me that you would come the other day. So would is a past of will as well. That's one thing. Then we use would for a polite request. Would you mind helping me? Would you mind picking up some grocery for me? So these are the basic models: can, could, had better, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, and would. Similarly, we also have some phrasal models, okay? Like the very first is be able to, okay? So you said that I am able to speak 5 languages, okay? That is a very basic thing. Then we have be going to. Uh, be able to talks about the ability. Be going to talks about future, thing that you want to do. There is an intention that is involved into it. So for example, I say that I'm going to meet my friend after this lesson. Okay. So this is a intention, that is a possibility in the future that you are talking about. Then we have be supposed to. Okay. Be supposed to is that there is some expectation that we are talking about. So we say that you are supposed to come early for the class. Similarly, we have to. Have to is a kind of force sometimes, obligation sometimes, and there's a necessity as well. So you say that there is something that you really don't like to do. For example, nobody likes to get up early in the morning. Nobody likes to go for work. But then you say, well, I have to get up in the morning. I have to go to work. So there is a kind of compulsion which is shown here. Then we have got to. Have got to also shows that there is some necessity. So you say, I have got to talk to you. Okay, we can say that. And the last is used to. Used to is used to talk about past habits. For example, you did something regularly in the past, and therefore it was your habit, but you don't do it anymore. Right now, you're not doing it. So you say, I used to go to school. I used to ride a bicycle. And a negative could be, I didn't used to speak English, but I speak English now. So on the whole, we say that models actually are expressing a certain attitude of the speaker. Okay, it could be advice, permission, probability, possibility, obligation, necessity, things like that. And there are some basic models, as you can see them, and there are also phrasal models, as we can see them. Okay, if you wish to take a picture of them, you can take the picture of them as well. I'll stop for a second. Okay, so this is it for now. I would come back. This is not the end of models. They are really a bit technical as well and really important. I would make a couple of videos in which I would go into the details, because each model has more than one possibility of meaning. So I will break them up into 3 or 4 video lessons, and I'll come up again and express them with their usage, with their examples, and a bit of the explanation as well. So until then, this is it from my side. I will see you in the next video.